What really happened behind Jin's ban on Bang Si-hyuk to open his voice? Why did Jin suddenly intervene? What did Jungkook mean that made Taehyung freeze in place? Behind this brief meeting of two once inseparable friends, there are tears. There is a big secret that has not yet been revealed, and there is a shocking decision that makes the entire army tremble. Why does Jin look so angry? And what is Jungkook really afraid of? Is it possible that the family we thought would never crack has finally begun to crumble in silence? And if that's true, who wants to savor the most? Who wants to hide it all? And who chooses to keep quiet so the hurt doesn't get deeper? These questions went on the air so quickly after an incident that shook the army and left more puzzles than answers. Jungkook and Taehyung. Two names that have always sounded in tandem. Two icons of true friends. Two souls who grew up together in sweat, struggle, and millions of eyes that loved them. But who would have thought one sentence from Jungkook made all that change in 1 second? I didn't want this to happen, Jungkook said quietly in the middle of a very brief but intense meeting, and at that moment, Taehyung's expression changed drastically.
No smiles, no hugs.
Only surprise was so clearly depicted on his face. What are they really talking about? And why does Jungkook seem to harbor such deep guilt? Internal sources revealed that the meeting was not officially planned. It was spontaneous, no more than 5 minutes. But the impact was more devastating than imagined. Jungkook looked emotional. His voice trembled. And Taehyung? He didn't say a word after that. Even the staff who witnessed the moment mentioned that the atmosphere immediately became very cold, as if no one dared to make a sound. However, behind all that, there was another figure who began to show his involvement. A figure who has been known as the oldest brother, as an emotional link between the members. Yes, Kim Seokjin. It comes with a sharp gaze and an unusual attitude.
No joke.
There is no characteristic smile. Jin looked serious, very serious. And the most surprising thing? Jin goes directly to Bang Si-hyuk, the founder and big brains behind BTS's success. Jin spoke in a tone that could not be denied. Don't talk to the media. Don't give any statement, not now, Jin said as leaked by internal staff. Not just one person heard that. Some of HYB's own production staff and managers confirmed that Jin was indeed seen holding back Bang Si-hyuk from making public clarifications regarding Jungkook and Taehyung's meeting. But why? Why did Jin choose to stop everything? Does he know something that is not yet known to the public? Or is he protecting someone? It should be underlined, Bang Si-hyuk had previously prepared to give an official statement. The draft has even been written by HYB's media team. But everything was cancelled in less than an hour after Jin came to the headquarters. Some media outlets that had already received press release invitations were mysteriously given the message that the schedule is changing. There is no other explanation. And this is what raises the big question. What exactly is being covered up? Because if there is nothing, why should it be silenced? Another no less astonishing fact is that after the meeting, Jungkook was seen avoiding many public schedules. She canceled several dance rehearsals, stayed in a private room longer than usual, and one staff member even revealed that she cried silently when she was alone. No one dared to ask him. No one dared to touch the wound. Taehyung is no different. He looks a lot quieter in front of the camera. Even when live, his gaze seemed blank. Not because of fatigue, but like there was an invisible weight pressing on him. And that's where the army began to dig deeper. They knew something was wrong. Theory after theory sprang up. Some say this all has to do with Jungkook's solo project, which purportedly involved a unilateral decision. Some accuse HYB of being the mastermind behind the cracking of this relationship due to commercial pressure. But the most surprising thing is there are rumors that Taehyung once tried to cancel a certain collaboration after finding out who was behind it. What is Jungkook? Is it someone from within the company? Or more than that? And Jin? It's like knowing everything. But instead of letting the public know, he chose to keep his mouth shut. Even Bang Si-hyuk, who in fact is the most influential person in HYB, couldn't move when Jin asked for one thing. Shut up first. Do not add wounds that are not ready to heal. That sentence wasn't just a request. It was like a message from someone who had seen all too often that everyone was hurt and wanted to save what was left. However, Jin's decision sparked another controversy. Many fans asked, why cover it up? Doesn't the army have a right to know? Isn't truth better than speculation? Jin remained silent. And the silence of the genie is the most frightening thing, because Jin isn't the kind of person who holds back things unless he knows that what comes out can destroy everything. What did Jungkook really say? Why does he look so sorry? Did he make a decision that unknowingly hurt Taehyung? Or vice versa, is Taehyung hiding something from her and she only finds out the truth at the meeting? And did Jin just want to protect his two younger brothers? Or is he just guarding BTS's big name that could collapse if one sentence comes out of the media? Behind all those questions, one thing is certain. That night, it wasn't just a brief encounter that happened, but a shock that changed everything. The army knows. They feel it. They read the blank stares, hear the forced laughter, and realize that something's missing. Only time can answer. Or only if the genie allows us to know. Until then, we can only guess, ask questions, and hope that whatever happens, their friendship can still be saved. But with Taehyung's shocked expression, Jungkook's quiet words, and Jin's sudden ban, could it be too late? If that night really becomes the turning point in Jungkook and Taehyung's relationship, then Jin is the only person standing between destruction and rescue. But why is Jin so sure that silence is the only answer? Is it true that he just wants to drown out emotions? Or is there something much bigger that no one should know about? One of the most striking details of the incident is that the meeting between Jungkook and Taehyung was not actually designed by management. In fact, some sources say that the two were not scheduled to meet on that day. However, suddenly, they are found to be in the same room, just the two of them, with the door closed. No cameraman, no manager, no security. Only them. How so? Who set that up? Or are they both looking for each other because they feel like they can't keep up with all this alone? And when the meeting ended, Jungkook came out first. His eyes are puffy. He walked without seeing anyone, without saying hello, without smiling. Someone tried to call him, but he just raised his hand as if to say enough. Then the door closed again. And when Taehyung came out, no one could understand his expression.
Shock.
Empty. It's like you've just lost something precious. What did Jungkook say? Why did those words hit Taehyung so hard? We only talked about one thing that should never have happened. Jungkook said a few days later during a conversation with staff in the hallway. The words were recorded by security microphones and became a silent conversation in the internal. And to this day, no one knows what it means. One thing that should never have happened. It could mean anything, but the sad look that accompanies it makes it all feel so real. Some rumors began to spread. Some soldiers who are experts in reading gestures claim that Taehyung was actually about to speak first. But Jungkook cut the conversation short and immediately apologized. Sorry for something that made him look down and not dare